this is Opening Monologue with me, Hamid Bakari. And I hope we all know the news trending now since yesterday, the takeover of Kabul and by extension Afghanistan by the Taliban, and lessons that could be learned, lessons Nigeria can learn from the development. I hope a lot of people will be watching this at this moment for us to say a message, because I hope some majority of people are not busy burying their heads in the Big Brother and all of that mundane issues that won't proffer a positive thing to the nation. Anyway, be that as it may, I came live to talk about the development in Afghanistan, and for us to have a juxtaposition with what we're having in Nigeria. And we need to have prayers, thoughts with people, or the citizens of Afghanistan and some other troubled nations. Well, the lessons I'm trying to bring out here is one of the disturbing images that I witnessed was you see people clinging onto the Hercules, the US Hercules that is, at the airport, and as it was actually navigating its way from the tarmac, from the Kabul to its destination, you can see Afghans were clinging onto the body of the aircraft, and these are, as it may, some people went as far as clinging onto it till it was in the midair, and we saw people falling off onto rooftops and dying in the process. And if you are a Nigerian, my question to you is, if you are finding the embers of war and all of that and calling the Western nations to come and be your aid, you can see how Americans were able to fly away their own military from the situation and leaving the people who behind. They had to cover their own heads. So it will now be Afghan for Afghanistan's. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? I need people to. This is one of the reasons. Even though we've not gotten everything right, we need to try as much as possible not to think war is the answer for anything that could be happening. I'm not holding brief for anybody, but I think as far as I'm concerned, you call on these nations when you are trying to talk about the polity of your nation. It's not something to always rely on them to give you the overall answer to your problems. There are some ways by which you can actually dialogue with both parties or whatever parties that are involved and try to find a lasting solution to the troubles bedeviling you as a nation. You can see the problem, the fears of majority of people right now are the interpreters, the local, that's the Afghans for the Americans, and these people would see them as a mole, and their lives could be in danger. It's not even could be, their life is in danger. And now I think from news making headlines is that the President Biden has actually detailed aircraft to go and pick like 3,000, 6,000 people from Afghanistan right now, and as well as those interpreters who helped in the way whilst they were there in the country. I need to just call on everyone to put these countries in prayers, and I'm going to read them out. I have the top on the list is Afghanistan, we have Lebanon, we have Turkey, we have Algeria, Yemen, Palestine, Syria, Uyghur, Egypt, Somalia, Nigeria, and Kashmir. These countries need our prayer as like never before, and all those who are suffering around the globe, may Allah grant us victory and life free of oppression. You would agree with me that the majority of Nigerians don't even see, like they often say, you do not know, you do not know, you know the start of a war, but you don't know how it will end. And whenever everyone is just like they're trying to like you sue for peace, and people say, no, we don't want this. No, we don't want this. The images that be floating out. If you get to capital Kabul, there was traffic locked down. Like, a whole lot of people want to exit themselves from the country. Everyone went to the ATM. There was no money to be taken. People are in total chaos right now, and you're in your country in Africa and in Nigeria, and yet you're not happy about some certain things, but yet you still want to turn. You want to light up the fire and make sure the place is unbearable for everyone who even doesn't want to align with whatever it is that you're clamoring for. What I'm saying here is we should try to juxtapose the position there. Yes, you might say it's a different thing, but there is always need for us to tread with caution whenever we're doing anything, or whenever we're trying to embark on something. We should also be visionary in our approach to life. After all, in years to come, 50 years to come, 60 years to come, 40 years to come, some of us wouldn't be here alive again. So we should try as much as possible to be be allowed to dissociate ourselves from sentiments and allow logic to take center stage whenever we're trying to approach situations. My heart goes out to a lot of Afghans right now, because some of them now want to be refugees right now, because some are trying to go to neighboring countries because they can't stand according to them, they can't stand the rule of the Taliban in the country. I I I I I cannot imagine what the lives would be like for people right now, because I think there's a lot of fear, tension is brewing, and what the international media is doing is like these people are saying yes, they want to own their own, they want to have the sovereignty of their country, they want to rule their country the way they want it, but the way the Western powers are actually pilfering a whole lot of things into this country. I think I think last week when President Biden was actually asked the question, he never saw this coming, and within 9 days, you can see the Taliban took over Kabul. Within 9 days, and so I'm doing this to like as a clarion call for my compatriots, and also Nigerians in diaspora, to have a rethink whatever it is you're doing or you're saying, or the social media you're using to fan the embers of war, and thinking, oh, it's until we have it our own way, that's when the insanity will come. Sanity will come. I don't understand. I'm not a soothsayer or something. I don't know. But we'll keep monitoring the situation in Afghanistan, how it pans out in the following week and in the following days as well, because things are actually happening in fast speed. We saw how the Taliban they took over the presidential palace, and they actually made their mark away from the fillers from Al Jazeera, and we would employ ourselves out. I'm doing this. I'm still reiterating it. Is to appeal to every Nigerian who's actually clamoring for unrest or civil unrest, that shouldn't be applied. We are a nation. We have our diversity. We should embrace it. We should appreciate it, and we should not think of what will best interest us, but we should think of other people. I wonder how you see the images. I think maybe in the events that I finished it live stream, and I'll be able to like edit and collate some videos. Some of them are actually disturbing. Joined together for you, some of you, to see how people were falling off the Hercules and on rooftop of houses, all in the bid to getting out of the country because they couldn't stand it. And if that person who clung onto the aircraft thought, it's shattering my heart right now, and I'm just appealing to every Nigerian in diaspora. Please, let's sue for peace. Let's always use logic rather than sentiment whenever we're trying to send out messages to people, be it if it's real, if it's unreal. We should be guardians of our peace. It's not just has to do with the people, the politicians in power. We also have a role to play towards the stability of peace in the country. I think from the news reaching me, um, the presidency's been able to tackle um, what happened in in Plateau State, Plateau State, where some bandits actually killed some people. So I think some people were apprehended. In the short course, I'm going to reel out stuff. I don't want to give you some information on top of my head, but I just want to make sure I read them out and give it all to you. And also, I think in today at the State House, it was said that President Muhammadu Buhari has actually signed the Petroleum Industrial Bill into law. So a long way taken up. Much of the last 2 decades has now finally come to an end. So congratulations to all, and I commend the National Assembly for and all the stakeholders within and outside the government on the hard work, and they've gone into making this an act a reality. We should continue to have good strides and all of this, and we shouldn't be doing things, or maybe having things always has to be bad news and all of that. And if you like some suggestions, comments, if you want to make a comment, just visit our platform, #opening monologue. Click on the subscription buttons, like and share, and you also don't forget to click on the notification bell, and so you could get to or know happenings around the globe, especially in diaspora. I'll be back shortly. Bye now.